sitting on my dad's truck outside because I just cannot deal with being inside right now. Like, nope. um, Gosh, it's cold. I'm gonna put my hood on. There's cars driving by, it's fine. Like, totally fine. Fuck, dude. God, it's cold. But I'm like fed up, so I'm just gonna keep talking. But, I feel like every day is like fucked up right now, cause like, I can't do it. You know, like, it's just fucking, like, I'm done. Like, I'm so fucking done. Like, I'm pissed. Okay? Like, I'm like, just pissed at the world. You know, like, it's fine. We're good. Fucking great. Like, fucking fantastic. Like, totally not wanting to castrate anybody or, like, fucking rip them apart because I'm so fucking pissed off. Like, nah. Totally not. It's fine. You know what, that's probably really graphic of me to want to do, but, like, I'm just pissed off, and, like, I want to hit something or somebody. Like, you know what? It's fine. Like, okay, so I guess the first moment where I got kind of, like, irritated was when I called my dad, and I guess it was yesterday, when my dad called me and he was like, you didn't call me, like, blah blah blah, like I should call him out and, like, and be at his beck and call every fucking 5 seconds. Like, that's not how, like, life goes, sweetie. Like, the world does not revolve around you, okay, Dad? Like, fuck off. Then today I hung out with my dad and we went shopping, and I thought that he would enjoy it, but then the whole time he was complaining about me not, like, being happy or something. And I was like, okay, I decided to go shopping with you today because A, I need stuff, and B, you freaking are addicted to shopping, love shopping, and so I went shopping with you because you love shopping and I knew you would appreciate it. Plus, it's time for us to spend together, so, like, you know what? Fuck off, okay? Like, so what if I'm not, like, the happiest person in the fucking world? Like, I have fucking depression. Deal with it, sweetie. Like, move the fuck on. Like, you know, like, it's just really annoying. And then after we went through our whole shopping thing where I was, like, less than happy because, like, he continuously kept complaining about me being a bitch, and I was just kind of like, I'm doing this for you, like, be fucking appreciative, like, Jesus Christ, like. And then, okay, if that wasn't fucking awkward, I don't know what is. Like, this guy just, like, walked past me while I was talking, and then there's, like, this girl in a car who was driving behind me really slowly and was looking at me, and, like, I'm sitting on a truck outside with my hood on and talking to a camera. Yeah, totally sane, normal, like, good, we're good, fam, like, totally fine. Yeah, so anyways, but back to, like, my irritation. Then, after, like, the shopping thing with my dad, like, we went to this Chinese restaurant because I was literally starving. And it was not horrible, but it also was not great. Like, it was like, mediocre. Like, it was edible, and it was, like, I could eat it, but, like, would definitely not go there. Because it's, like, it's just food. And it didn't taste great, and, like, and cars looking at me while I'm looking at the camera. They probably don't even fucking care. I'm just being paranoid per usual, because that's what I do. But yeah, so that was an experience too with, like, the whole Chinese food. And then somehow we got onto the topic of my mom, which don't know how that happened, but it did. And he was telling me about how, like, she was, like, batshit insane even before I was, like, born, and, like, how, like, she would, like, lose her shit, and she would, like, go bipolar on him and, like, freaking, like, lose it and, like, try and hit him, or, like, run out of the vehicle, like, while it was still driving, and do all the stuff that I'm well familiar with because I've lived with her my entire life. But he was saying it like it was something new, and I was just kind of like, No, and the thing was, I thought that he didn't know how bad my mom was because, like, um, as far as I knew, like, I thought my mom was, like, good at pretending to be normal around, like, people other than me, and then once she had me, she kind of just, like, let go and, like, depended on me. And, like, I just assumed that that's how, like, it was, but apparently not. And, like, my dad clearly knew that she wasn't stable, even before I was born. And then after I was born, when they separated, like, he still let her, like, legally, like, own me, I guess you could say, because I lived primarily with her my entire life. Like, he knew how, like, unstable my mom was, and he still let me live with her. And then, like, I was kind of stunned by that fact because I had no idea that he even knew anything about how my mom was. Okay. There's, that's awkward. Okay. The apartments across from me, like, across from the truck that I'm, like, sitting on right now, that's my dad's, like, they keep, like, peeking through their window at me, and it's really awkward, and, like, love life. Can you please stop looking at me? It's so awkward. Ew. But yeah. So I was just like stunned by the fact that like he knew how unstable my mom was. And A, he got in a relationship with her. B, he had a child with her, me. And then C, he let her take care of me when he knew how unstable she was. Like, that's literally, like, insane to me that he's so irresponsible that, like, stop looking at me. Oh, they're telling me to go away. They just yelled at me through the fucking window to go away. Like, excuse me, it's my own fucking dad's truck. Like, I'm not peeping on you, sweetie. Like, get the fuck over yourself. Anyways, so, but, like, it just kind of shocked me that, like, my dad knew how unstable my mom was and still let me live with her and, like, didn't care enough about me to, like, you know, want me other than the couple of weeks every other month or every other 6 months that I got to spend with him. Like, that was it. He didn't care. And, like, it's just, like, I'm just, like, I was stunned by that fact. And then, like, I kind of got angry with him and was like, why? Like, why didn't you do anything? Like, why didn't you fight for me? And then he complained about how, like, he tried to go to court and it was really expensive. And, like, he just didn't want to waste the money. And so he didn't want to go to court. He even told me explicitly, I can quote him right now, "You were too expensive when you were younger." Really great job parenting me, Dad. Fucking great job. And then, like, I don't know, so I was kind of, like, frustrated and annoyed. And, like, just one more reason for me not to, like, have faith in him and, like, not have, like, any hope. Because before now, I just thought he was, like, ignorant. And, like, he was just so absorbed in himself that he's, like, too ignorant to, like, understand things. But from what he told me about my mom, like, what he knew of my mom, like, he's not as ignorant as I thought he was. Like, he's obviously aware of things. He just doesn't care. Which is, like, a whole new level of, like, fuckery. And you're kind of like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, why? You know? Like, it's just kind of like, why? Like, I don't understand how someone can be so selfish. And there's somebody else walking. It's fine. Somebody else yells at me to leave, I'm gonna be like, fuck you, I live here, fuck off. I cannot be in my house right now, okay? But, like, I'll explain that in a minute. But yeah, and then after that, like, I was kind of, like, low-key really, like, irritated with him and, like, annoyed with him, like, the rest of my time with him. And then, we just recently came to my grandma's house and, like, dropped off some, like, stuff that we bought from the store, and then I heated up some leftovers for us to eat. And then Oh, I remember why I was pissed off. Okay, so like I went into the house and was dropping off stuff that we bought at the stores. We went to multiple stores that we went to, and I saw my grandma like feeding popcorn, and I was kind of like, no, like we've been over this. Like it literally infuriates me whenever she like feeds popcorn, because she never feeds him like on a schedule. Like I have him on a specific schedule. Like if he overeats, he could get sick. You know, like it's not okay for him to overeat. But every day she always asks me like, is he gonna eat? Like he's starving. Like feed him. And I'm just like, no, he's a reptile. Like his metabolism is extremely slow. Like he does not need to eat every day. And she just doesn't understand this, which is fine. Like she has Alzheimer's. It's fine. Okay, so had to move again because this Postmates guy like came up to me and like asked me for like some help on like knowing where to go, which first of all have horrible sense of direction. Second of all, do not pay attention to anything outside of my complex and how to get out of my complex. So yeah, couldn't help him. And then after that, what did I see? I can't remember what I saw, but something else like scared me off. So I was kind of like, never mind, I'm gonna move. So I moved again. But yeah. Anyways, I got pissed off at my grandma when I came into the house because like she was feeding popcorn, and like I have a specific feeding schedule for him, and like if he doesn't follow that feeding schedule, he could get sick, and it's not okay for her to feed him off schedule. So like I got irritated because I've told her literally by this point hundreds of times. I'm not even exaggerating at all, like hundreds of times. Like I love with this lighting how I look like a druggie because like my eyes look like all red and like my face looks all like yellow. Love this light. That light is great. But yeah, like just I got irritated because like I've told her hundreds of times now, like don't feed him off schedule. She just doesn't comprehend it, which is fine. Like she has dementia, but so to like compensate for dementia and like forgetting not like to not feed him every day, like I hid the food. But apparently she decided to find the food and feed him without my permission, which on it obviously, like if I'm hiding the food, there's a reason for that, and you shouldn't go searching for the food, even if she doesn't have like memory of knowing not to feed him every day. Like obviously if I've hidden the food, it's for a reason, so you shouldn't take the food and just feed him. Like, and it was hidden pretty obviously. Like it was pretty obvious that I hid the food. Like so like she clearly just like went against like what I obviously like care and know about my own turtle, and she just doesn't respect or care about anything that I tell her. And it's just like it's gotten to the point where I'm just kind of like fed up. Like I'm just done. Like it's ridiculous how much she doesn't care about me, how much she doesn't respect or listen to anything I say. And then so I was just like really irritated about that, and so I like took all of the food and hid it again. And like also whenever I feed popcorn, like he usually like shits a lot, and then he like leaves, like he never eats all of his food because I give him like little pellets or sometimes freeze-dried shrimp or like worms and like mealworms. But like he doesn't always like eat all of it, and so like there's usually like some like leftover like just gunk and like shit that he like shits out. So like I usually have to like go in there, and it's like a process where I take this like little green net thing and I just like dip it down, and I take all of his like waste basically and get rid of it. And it's a lot of work, so like I don't like, that's another reason why I don't feed him every day, because like feeding him is a lot of work, you know, which is like fine, I can do that. I accepted the responsibility of a turtle, I can do that. But I also don't need to feed him every day, and it's like actually bad to feed him every day, because if they overeat, they could get obese or they could get sick. Like it's not okay for them to eat every day. So like she just clearly does not comprehend that, and that's fine. But like the fact that like she deliberately found my hidden food for popcorn and like fed him against what I know, and like I know that she knows that I don't want her like her feeding him, because like when I walked in there and I saw her feeding him, like she immediately like started hiding the food. Like she knows she's not supposed to be feeding popcorn. She just doesn't care. And that's what's infuriating me. That's what's pissing me off, you know? And then the whole reason that I got like pissed off again was like like, I, was, like, doing the dishes, and then, was doing the dishes, right? And then, like, I, like, left this last dish to, like, soak because, like, it had some, like, crusted on stuff because, like, apparently, like, somebody burned it. I think it was, like, a leftover dish from my dad's enchiladas, so I think he, like, burned some of the enchilada sauce or cheese or something, and it, like, crusted over and, like, stayed in the glass container and, like, burned to it, so it's, like, it was, like, stuck. So I, like, left it in there, and I, like, put some soap and, like, some Comet, like, this, like, Comet stuff, like, it's, like, a green bottle, and it says Comet on it, and it's, like, actually, like, really helpful. Like, I don't know what's in that stuff, but, like, the chemicals work magic. I'm not even joking. Anyways, so I put some Comet and I put some dish soap in there, and I just let it soak. And I was gonna, like, wait for it to, like, soak and soften up for me to, like, scrub it off in the morning, and then I start hearing this, like, obnoxious, like, scraping noise, and I was, like, wondering what the hell is that noise, and so, like, I got up and I went into the kitchen, and I see my grandma, like, over there, like, with the dish with the, like, burnt over, like, enchilada stuff on it with, like, a fucking butter knife trying to scrape it off. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, and I was like, Grandma, like, let go. And I, like, took the knife and I was like, no, you don't need to be doing this. Like, I already did all the other dishes. This is sitting here for a purpose. It's soaking so I can actually clean it easier tomorrow. And she's like, okay, that's fine. And then, like, okay. And she said, okay, that's fine. And then, like, I left and I was like, okay. And then I came back because I heard, like, more, like, rustling in the kitchen. And then I came back to the kitchen and, like, saw her still trying to scrape off the burnt up, like, enchilada on the dish. And I'm just like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, and it just reminded me again how she doesn't pay attention to me. She doesn't care or respect anything that I tell her. Even though what I'm telling her is rational, like, she doesn't care. And she never apologizes anytime that she yells at me or screams at me irrationally and hurts my feelings. She doesn't apologize for that. She doesn't apologize for not listening to me when I'm actually right. And she doesn't apologize or thank me for anything that I do for her. And I'm just, like, fed up with the disrespect and, like, uncaring behavior that she has towards me. Like, I'm just done. Like, she's a fucking grown-ass adult. Like, grow the fuck up and own up to your shit. Like, I'm so fed up. Like, I'm fed up with my dad. Like, neglecting responsibility, and I'm done with, like, my dad, like, just completely in denial about anything that he could have responsibility of, and, like, just completely, like, complete disregard for anybody but himself. And I'm so upset with, like, my grandma as well, because, like, I get it, she has dementia, like, she's forgetting things, but, like, and I probably would, if I was in the same position as her, like, would be struggling to, like, understand or, like, want to accept the fact that I'm losing my memory. But, like, she needs to stop being so stubborn and accept help from people and at least thank them for helping her and being appreciative a little bit, because it would make things slightly easier for me and, like, make me less pissed off at her for, like, being this, like, just stubborn and disrespectful, because, like, I'm just fed up with it. Like, I'm so done with being unappreciative when I've, like, literally my whole life have been living for other people, and I'm just done with it, because, like, living for the people that don't live for you or don't care about you is just completely worthless. Like, it gets you nowhere aside from hurting yourself. And so I'm just done. Like, I'm, like, I don't know how much longer I can, like, continue, like, with, like, my grandma's tirades and, like, my dad's, like, complete disregard for and denial of, like, any kind of responsibility that doesn't involve self-serving himself. And, like, just I'm just so done with it. Also, my arm is really tired, because I've been holding my phone up with the same arm for, like, the whole time, so, you know, and also don't want, like, the security to come over and be like, what the fuck is this, like, creepy-ass little girl doing with, like, her hood up and, like, talking to her damn phone. Like, that's fucking weird. We're gonna, like, call 911 on you, and I'd be like, fuck. So, yeah, I'm gonna, like, end this video here, because, like, it's a bit much, but yeah, okay, I'm gonna go now. But, like, sorry for this, like, long rant, but, like, I just felt like I needed to get it off my chest, and I'm, like, I'm so irritated, and I still look like a druggie with this lighting, because, like, my eyes look so fucking stoned. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go now.